Have you been religiously tracking your BBT and still feel a bit lost when it comes to understanding what the numbers mean? Or better yet, you've tried it, you don't like it, and you don't want to do it. Well, stay tuned, sis. I am going to dive into all things BBT to help you confirm ovulation so you can see those two pink lines. Let's go. BBT is one of my least favorite things, but it is also one of the most important. Sis, let me tell you, to make sure that I didn't get up and go pee or to get up at the same time, all of the BBT rules are not my friends. I'm that person that rolls out of bed 5 minutes before and boogies to get everything done. When I started implementing BBT, all of a sudden I had to get up earlier. I had to get up at the same time. A girl likes to sleep in on weekends. A girl likes to sleep in on weekends. But BBT is one of the most important tracking methods that you can utilize to bring your baby home. It helps you to confirm that you actually dropped an egg. Because as we've learned so far, you could have breakthrough bleeding, not really have a period, and then not be ovulating. So BBT is one of our tracking triad that I suggest you implement into any tracking routine. So what is BBT? Well, BBT is your basal body temperature, or your body's lowest temperature at rest. You want to take it first thing when you wake up, before you start to move, before you grab water, before you go to the washroom. You want to grab your BBT, because as soon as you start moving, metabolic activity starts to happen in your body and your temperature goes up. BBT can also be used to confirm your ovulation. You see, before you ovulate, your BBT, or your body's temperature, is relatively low. And then after you ovulate, it shifts. So it can shift 0.5 to 1 degree Fahrenheit, or 0.3 to 0.6 degrees Celsius. By consistently tracking your BBT, you'll start to see trends and patterns in your body. You'll start to be able to pinpoint your fertile window with accuracy. Many women out there focus on their period tracking app and maybe using LH sticks. Guilty as charged. Let me let you in on my journey. When I first started tracking, I was just using the app and following the dates. Then I was like, this doesn't feel too accurate. Let me move into LH strips. And I started using the LH strips. And a couple of times I saw nice, dark, rich lines. All right, I'm ovulating. A couple of times I didn't. It's like the LH was rising, but I never got that true peak. If I was using BBT, I would have been able to confirm. I would have had more information to take to my doctor. I would have gotten off the struggle bus so much sooner. It's very possible for you to not ovulate 1 month, to maybe ovulate a cyst, to have something else going on in your body where BBT can tell you that you didn't drop the egg. It can take you off these months and months and months of thinking you're doing everything perfectly and lining everything up, and you're still not getting pregnant. BBT can be your game changer. So how do you track BBT? Well, sis, I got you. Number 1, the very first thing you want to do is get a basal body thermometer. So those thermometers, when you're looking at the screen, has 2 digits after the decimal point. So it's to the 100th degree. Therefore, we can track the subtle shifts in your body temperature. Step 2 is grabbing your thermometer, putting it under your tongue, and holding it there for at least 90 seconds. This aims to get the most accurate temperature of what's happening within your body instead of the room temperature on the thermometer. You want to make sure that you are taking your temperature within a 30-minute window, so the same time, 30 minutes, every single day. And this, my friend, was my biggest challenge because I like to sleep in on weekends. And step number 3 is understanding what you're charting. Now, there are millions Okay, maybe not millions, but there's tons of BBT tracking apps where you can just enter the temperature. But to bring your baby home, to be the fertility expert I know you are on the journey of becoming, to becoming the tracking aficionado, you want to make sure that your BBT is on top of your LH strips so that you can see either a line or you can see a pattern of both of them together. When you have to look at two different apps and you're opening two different apps, it can be a lot harder to track and see the trends and patterns. Now, there's more than one tool to track your BBT. Some people use the thermometer, and the pros of the thermometer is it's quick, it's easy, it's right beside your bed. You can track it on a sheet or in a notebook and then put it into your phone later. The cons of it are you have to take it at the same time every day. I don't know about you, but I ain't got time for that. The other option to track your BBT is using wearable technology. So that could be an armband, a ring, a watch. All of those things can give you accurate measures of BBT. However, there are some caveats. It is looking at your skin temperature, not your internal temperature. So using those numbers can give us trends and patterns. They can also tell us that you ovulated. However, environmental factors like the temperature of your room, if you're under blankets, if it's you've got the ceiling fan on, like there's so many environmental factors at play in your skin temperature. That being said, it is still an accurate way, or it's still a way to confirm ovulation. It may not give you the nuances and the details we get from your BBT thermometer, which really looks at also your hormones, your luteal phase. If you're sick, your thyroid, you can get all of that information from your BBT thermometer, but it still can confirm ovulation. So if you feel like, sis, I ain't getting up at the same time every day, you do have options. So let's bring it all together. Inside the tribe, I've got a few different lessons on understanding BBT, how to really track it accurately. And then once a month, I look at people's charts where I'm reviewing the trends and the patterns to help them pinpoint ovulation windows, getting on the right supplements, making sure everything is looking prime and optimal to bring your baby home. But for you right now, getting started, first you need to decide, are you doing a skin temperature with an armband, an Oura ring, Apple Watch, any kind of wearable tech? If that works for you, then you do it, especially if you work shift work or you don't get up at the same time every single day. My only suggestion is to make sure that you transfer the number you get into wherever you're tracking your LH strips so that we can see the trend and the data as one pattern. If you're using your BBT thermometer, awesome, keep going. Just make sure you're taking it at the same time within a 30-minute window so we can see what your temperature is. So let me know in the comments, are you a BBT friend or foe? I know we start off as enemies and have slowly worked on our relationship to become best friends because I found a way to make it work for my lifestyle. Are you willing to do the same? If you'd like more fertility-related tips, if you'd like more fertility-related information so you can see those two pink lines to bring your baby home, then don't worry, sis, I got you. Hit that like or subscribe button and be notified every time I drop a video. Have an amazing rest of your day and baby dust for all. I'll see you soon.